Hey guys, welcome to the Weaponing channel, and today we are going to be talking about tech that I bought in 2022. And starting things off, I'm going to be talking about my ASUS Zenbook Duo 14, which I bought in January 2022. It was officially released in September 2021. So effectively, this is a 12-month review. I'm basically reviewing it from my point of view as a professional, as a YouTuber, and just someone that uses for general gaming and casual other things. So I'm going to be giving you some good feedback or some useful feedback to help with the purchasing decision. And also these type of reviews, obviously they helping in terms of possibly some of the items that I will be talking about, and also this laptop would be possibly on special. And stay tuned to the rest of the video, or to the end of the video, whereby I'll be showing you where to get this laptop at a very wonderful price. Other than that, let's get into it. Now I got this laptop. It's probably my fifth or sixth ASUS laptop, and I've stuck to ASUS laptops because I believe they have been doing quite a lot in terms of my desires in terms of laptops. I found that every time I bought a laptop from them, there'll be something wrong, and every time I went for the next laptop, it'll be fixed, it'll be improved, and keeps on getting better and better. And I feel like that theme is continued with this one, as this Zenbook is a second generation in the Duo sort of range, whereby the first generation, I had a look at it. I really liked the fact that there's dual screens, because from a productivity point of view, in how I work and use my laptop on a daily, it's something that's quite appealing. Obviously for the price and for the amount of technology that they have introduced on this range in order to accommodate the dual screen setup, it can be compromising. And indeed, from this first generation to the second generation, there's a huge improvement. And it's something that I've learned nowadays, that instead of being an early adopter, wait and be patient to get the best. So obviously I watched a whole lot of reviews. There were complaints, but predominantly on how the angle of the laptop was on the first generation, and definitely on this new generation, or not new, the second generation, they have definitely improved that. And also not just improved the angle of how the screen actually tilts, but they've also improved the brightness, and for full HD laptop is really good. Now this is the second generation. There is a third generation, which is really still has the same name, except for the fact that it's called the ASUS Zenbook Duo 14 OLED. So it has a 4K screen at 120 Hertz, and that will be it is visually spectacular. I mean, I really looked at it and I thought to myself, like, wow, I could really go for this. But once again, my better judgment came into play, and I thought to myself, the specs are relatively the same. The SSD drive is really the same, just everything is the same. And I thought to myself, like, look, with 4K displays, what I've realized is they use a whole lot more power. In terms of the battery life, there might be issues that are unknown. So I feel like I'd rather wait for the fourth generation if they're going to make it. Of course, now they've made the ASUS folding laptop, and I don't know if that's effectively replacing the dual screen setup, which I really hope it doesn't. But so far, haven't seen any news about a new version of this dual screen laptop, of which I'll be very interested in. So right now I'm very much into my current setup with the second generation version, and I'm gonna give my reasons why as you guys watch this. Let's go. So let's take a look at the tech specs of this Zenbook Duo 14. So the color, it's a celestial blue. Really love the color. I mean, it's quite unique. It's not your typical color that you get on any laptop. In terms of operating system, initially when I got it, it came out with the Windows 10 Home Edition, and now throughout the period, the 2002 year, I have upgraded to Windows 11, which was quite a decision because a lot of my previous ASUS laptops, every time I would upgrade to the next generation, the battery life will just disappear. It will like literally half, sometimes it'll go down to a third of what it used to be. And later found out it's just simply based on the demand that the new OS would be having on that laptop. So really didn't like that, because I mean, imagine upgrading to the latest available OS and it renders your laptop useless. So that was really quite a concern for me. So fortunately, this laptop, definitely Windows 11 was made for it. It got even better. I was really reluctant. That took a lot of time. I think Windows 11 came out around about February, or by then was already out. I think I upgraded around about June, July. That's when I did the upgrade process. So yeah, till to date in December 2022, I'm very happy with Windows 11. In the processor, we have an Intel Core i7 119G7 processor at 2.8 gigahertz, and really enjoying that processor because it's an Evo certified Intel processor, and that means it's future proofed in terms of whatever that comes to it in the future. It will be optimized to make sure performance is maintained. And then graphics cards, we have two versions. We have the Intel Iris Xe graphics card, as well as an NVIDIA GeForce MX450 2GB GDDR6 graphics card. And then the display, obviously we have two. We have a 14-inch full HD, so in other words 1920 by 1080 at a 16:9 aspect ratio, IPS level panel, LED backlit at 60 Hz refresh rate, 400 nits, and 100% sRGB. And also the panel is Pantone approved, which in terms of color grading, it has been properly certified. And once again, I know it would be very nice to go for that 4K OLED, but once again, at 400 nits, I mean, this laptop, even in the outside, is very useful. So I wouldn't really want to use it outside, but it's definitely possible. The screen is really well lit and it's quite enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. Now, coming to the ports, I have my opinions on that, but one thing I can say for now is I'm very happy about the ability of the Type-C, that it's power delivery. In other words, you can charge through it, because it just makes it easy. With everything being Type-C, you can basically charge this laptop with your normal phone charger. Yes, it'll be slow, but it's possible, rather than having to have that, priority or that laptop specific laptop charger, which for me was the most horrible thing, because like I said, I've gone through various editions of ASUS laptops and I realized that all of them, or most of them, have different chargers, and that was just ridiculous. So I'm glad, so long as they stick to this Type-C charge delivery, I'll be very happy. And then we have a camera that is quite wonderful, HD camera at 720p, and it has IR function, meaning that you can effectively use face scan to unlock your laptop, which is a pretty nice security feature. And then when it comes to audio, we have built-in speakers that are Harman Kardon approved, which is a premium setup. Really enjoy the speaker delivery. I've seen, based on reviews, people are sort of like, they're saying they're alright speakers, but being alright meaning that in general laptop speakers are quite horrendous. And for me, based on the setup of the hinge and where the speakers are situated, the sound really comes out quite nice, and it's quite loud in effect. And in terms of battery, we have a 70-watt battery capacity 4-cell lithium ion battery. So one thing about the battery that I love is it's really huge. This laptop it's not an all-day laptop, but it's very possible if you obviously switch off the dual screen and use it in whisper mode and just make sure that you're not going heavy on it. You can literally use this laptop the whole day without charging it. And obviously what I like about this, which is something that I learned as I got this laptop, is how it manages the battery optimization, the life optimization of the battery. I really love that, because one problem that I noticed with many ASUS laptops is the battery is the thing that sort of like gives up before everything else, and that's for me the worst thing that could ever give up. So in this case, what I really love first and foremost, as I mentioned earlier, laptop chargers of ASUS, they used to be also different. And one thing I realized is I always wanted one with the brick at the end versus those ones that have the brick in the middle of the setup there. And I found out that those ones don't actually handle the heat as well, and therefore most of the heat is managed within the actual battery, and that's actually quite detrimental to the lifespan of the battery. Because I mean, back in the day, if you're at home, you plug in your laptop as if it's a PC, and unfortunately that's a habit that actually destroys your battery, and that's why over time your battery does not last as long as it should. Now with this new laptop, the setup with the battery with the charger is where it's supposed to be, and the heat, that which is actually not good for the lifespan of your battery, is actually handled in that very same brick. And whatever technology or setup that they have, it's made to make this laptop's battery last even longer. And then in terms of the form factor is actually an aluminium alloy, mixed alloy. It's US military grade standard, meaning that it has been tested in terms of rigorous environments, sort of temperatures, high, low, all the sorts, and you can actually feel it. This laptop is the most sturdiest that I have, and in comparison, I used to have an ASUS Pro. It was called the ASUS Pro, just this big 15-inch laptop that was solid for the time when I bought it. I mean, I bought it in about 2017, around about there, and in comparison to this is very, very solid. That one was heavy, and yeah, it was just all sorts of things. And how it didn't really break per se, it's just really it becoming flimsy, and me sort of being too aware to take it anywhere to make sure that I'd rather keep it home. I usually actually use it as a PC, so it's forever plugged in because the battery is totally messed up. So yeah, I mean, it's things like that. So this laptop, military grade, it has so many standards applied to it, and by the way, it's US military grade, not just any military. That should be something apparently. So really, really love it. I mean, it's light enough, but at the same time it's really sturdy. It's too harsh to be used on, like if you were to put on your actual lap, you will literally have some temporary damage on yourself, because I really don't recommend that. Always use it on a flat surface. No matter how light it is, it can really dig into your skin. So that's something that, yeah, I'll talk about that later when I talk about the pros and cons. Now let's take the pros and cons of my experience with this Zenbook Duo. Starting with the pros, there's really a lot of pros to go on with this. I really love the hinge effects, the dual screen setup, and how really it's been sort of portrayed in terms of making things happen. Because usually when it comes to ingenuity and these type of nice outrageous ideas, there's a whole lot of compromise, and with this laptop there's really no compromise. And I haven't spoken about price right now because I feel that some people might not be happy with it, because it's quite a bit of money. But once again, rather focus on the features, because this type of laptop, if you're buying this type of laptop, is because you are investing in your work, and there's a maintenance of standard that you're looking to maintain. So this laptop is for people that are very serious with their work. They well, not serious like, oh, you have no sense of life or anything about, but you're serious in a way that there's a certain quality of what you do that makes it worth buying such laptop. And for me, from a return point of view, this laptop has definitely paid itself, so I'm not really concerned about that. And it was really wonderful. I mean, I'll definitely talk about the price after the cons, so stay tuned for that, as also reveal where some sales are available for this laptop. Now, yeah, back to the pros. So I really enjoy a lot about this laptop. Like I said, with the design and its toughness, US military grade, it's really fantastic. And going on about the charging and the battery life situation, I really enjoy that. Since buying it till now, the battery life has been very consistent. In fact, it has improved even more. And also for myself, from a usage point of view, when I turn off certain things that I don't need, the battery life gets even longer. It even surprises me most of the time. Till today, it surprises me. So really loving that. Now, also the stylus, I don't use it all the time, but it's a nice tool that's available for document signing and all those things. Yes, there's better ways or more secure ways to actually sign, but for the mere fact it can do something that I don't necessarily have to use all the time, I'm happy with that. With the money I paid, this laptop must do everything. Whether I use it or not, it's my business. It must do a lot. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. The keyboard, in terms of how it feels and everything, I'm okay with it. I've adjusted. It's not the wildest thing that you could go through. It's not as horrible as a very small community of people tend to say. It's very difficult to type on. I've typed many business plans, many reports on this, and I'm okay with it. My only issue in terms of dealing with the typing is where you're sitting. Once again, if you're sitting on a flat surface, no problem, everything is all good, and it feels good. It's backlit. This is probably the first ASUS laptop that I bought that is actually backlit, with a backlit keyboard. All my other ASUS did not have a backlit keyboard, so that was one of the things I was looking for when I was looking for a laptop. So yeah, I think I've covered enough with the cons. With the pros, let's get into the cons. Now, the cons, guys, it's really not that much, but it's things that I really feel that going into the next generation of ASUS laptops is something that I definitely want to get addressed. Now, you look at the ports, right? I mentioned that there's two Thunderbolts, Type-C Thunderbolts, which I'm very happy for. But I wish, especially coming from an ASUS Pro, which had 1 million ports, it needs more ports. Having 2 ports is okay, it's decent, but I need at least 3 ports, or up to 3 ports. At least 2, which is good, but 3. But the thing that is of the most contentiousness for me is the Type A USB. It has only 1, and for me, yeah, we're not at the stage where all peripherals that one needs are all Type C. And the problem with Type C, if you want to use a laptop powered, you already have 1 Type C left. So 1 Type C and 1 Type A. That's really not so useful. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna be talking about peripherals that I bought that enhanced my experience with this laptop. So yeah, so that's how I got around dealing with the lack of ports. I just bought some hubs, and yeah, I'll talk about what I got. Really nice things. And then my last criticism, guys, I need to really think about these things, right? Is what I'm trying to think about it. There's really not a lot to criticize. At the end of the day, we could maybe talk about the software updating of this laptop. Once again, fortunately, it's part of the Evo program, so the software updates are not as super delayed, because remember, with this one, it's not just an update on the actual OS only, which goes for many other Windows powered laptops, but the update has to also incorporate the use of the ScreenPad Plus. So sometimes what I noticed when I upgraded to Windows 11, or as I got gradual upgrades, The ScreenPad will have its glitches here and there, but after the next update, an update will come that relatively quick, in such a way that you won't really notice that it comes and it fixes that situation. So those are the little things that are just like sort of like things that I don't like, but at the same time I think also it's a natural problem with Windows 11. I don't think it's perfect. Not a lot of people are enjoying it. Some people are still holding on to Windows 10. So yeah, a little bit of a tug and war situation. But in terms of this laptop, Windows 11, the ScreenPad Plus, everything is really nice. It's doing what it needs to do. There's a few glitches here and there, but not in such a way that you're gonna be super angry about this laptop, throwing it out and whatnot. So yeah, let's talk pricing. I bought this in January 2022 from Takealot, online retailer in South Africa. I got this for 34,999. Now, that is quite steep, but like I said, for the investments that I am doing into my business, into my creativity, and just optimizing my productivity, it is definitely worth the investment. For everything that I got, it's definitely a high-end premium laptop that I have really enjoyed. 12 months into it, I'm still very happy, and using it quite a lot. I literally use it every day. I do have other laptops, but this one is definitely my favorite. Battery life is simply outstanding. It stands out, and like I said, I leave it up to you guys how you feel about paying that amount of money for a laptop, and will it cater towards your needs. As I said, there are some specials, so let's look at what is available. So if you just type ASUS Zenbook Duo UX482, which is the exact model that I'm using, you'll notice that there's quite a host of specials. I mean, if you look at Incredible Connection, they are selling it at 29,999. That's literally 5,000 rands off. Yeah guys, that's that for the pricing for the laptop in overall. I'm just going to end this video by talking about the peripherals that I bought to enhance my experience. Well, let's talk about the peripherals that I bought. So one of the things that I bought is this mouse, which is a wireless mouse. I really enjoy using this as a matter of convenience. Like I said, I don't have any issue with the actual the actual mouse pad. It does what it's supposed to do, and I'm happy with it. But this, like I said, it's really a convenience thing, just to have that natural mouse situation. And yeah, I mean, it's nice optical sort of recognition of paths and everything, very responsive. So very happy with this. Yes, there's cheaper alternatives. These can be really pricey, and I like the blue color. As you guys notice, I like blue, so I like that blue color. Really happy with that. And one of the other things that I really love that I bought is this hub. Like I said, I'm disappointed with the amount of ports that this laptop has, and with this one, this is really great, guys. This is what you need. This I got it from Takealot as well. It's a NXT or NX Tech. I don't know how one's supposed to pronounce this, but yeah, what it does is, you see, it's Type C. So this is just brilliant for what I was saying in terms of what you need in terms of addressing the port issue. You put this, and what does it do? Now you have another USB Type C situation going on. You have two Type A, another USB Type C, and then you have sort of like a card reader, SD card reader, and I don't know what this one is, but yeah, something card reader as well. And lastly, you can see you also have a HDMI port as well. So with just this one bad boy, you are multiplying the amount of ports that you have access to via your laptop. So if your laptop is Type C, I definitely recommend getting this, and it's really solid. I mean, very solid, feels very good. It's aluminum finish, and it really handles heat very well. And it's a super speed, I think. Yeah, I just forgot how many gigs per second, but it definitely is worth the consideration. And then the last thing that I bought is this, nice aluminium stand. So this is what I use to elevate my laptop. It's really, really nice. I mean, it's very, very cheap. Once I got it from Takealot, just really set it up quite easily by doing that, putting it in there, and then you choosing your preferred sort of level of angle. Look at that, and you put your laptop nicely. I mean, it's just really nice. I really, really like this. It's very, very solid, metal pieces. This is definitely worth a look. So those are the peripherals that I bought for this ASUS that I'm using. Yes, I bought a nice laptop bag as well, just to make sure it's nice and snug, because it's very, very important if you're going to be traveling with your laptop that you have a good bag. So I've got a bag that has anti-theft sort of zips. It's a Volcano, got it from Incredible Connection, same day as, or immediately after getting laptop, I make sure I got a very nice bag. So yeah guys, that's really it. Just glad that you guys, if you've made it so far into the video, you've definitely enjoyed my content. So I'd really appreciate a subscription from you. A like in this video will definitely go a long way to support this channel, and comment down below to let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on this ASUS Zenbook Duo 14, and are you ready to buy the upgrade? Have you bought the upgrade? What are your thoughts? Am I too off in terms of my assumptions? Well, I don't know, you tell me in the comments. I really, really like to hear from you. But for me, I'm very, very happy with this laptop. Once again, I just really want to reiterate that I'll be definitely having it going into 2023, and we'll be looking out for a new release from ASUS in terms of this dual screen setup. For me, there's no going back. I can't use a normal laptop and consider it my daily main laptop after this. Like, it's just impossible, guys. Like, any other laptop is boring after this. So this is the pinnacle. It's the most outrageous laptop that you could, I don't want to say the most outrageous you could find, but it's definitely the most outrageous, perfect, well catered to your everyday business needs, productivity, creativity needs. It's definitely catered for that, and you will not be disappointed. So look out for it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.